bunch of monkey crap. They broke The Rock's Rolex. This was a Shang Tung, specially made for The Rock. But that's okay. The Rock was minding his own business. Walking in the building was not scheduled to lay it the smack it down. Tonight, he was singing a happy birthday song to, what was that old lady's name again?
Shang Tung. It
doesn't matter what her name was. Because the fact of the matter is that Michael Cole, you are piercing a hole through The Rock's head. You're looking at him like that. The Rock, honey, give The Rock his t-shirt.
Oh no! Yeah.
You keep your head right there, jabroni. Don't move. The Rock's electrifying t-shirt. The Rock says this. The Rock said, don't move your head. Undertaker, you talk about The Rock, you run your mouth about The Rock, and like you've just unturned a stone. You've turned over a stone that's never been turned over before on how The Rock writes checks that his ass can't cash because The Rock talks trash. Like all of a sudden nobody knows The Rock talks trash. The Rock lives, breathes, walks, talks trash all day long. As a matter of fact, Undertaker, The Rock talks trash in his sleep, just like this. Rudy Pook and the lay the smack it down on the No, you're wrong. The fact of the matter is this, Undertaker, is that tonight, and you and Big Show, it doesn't matter who it is, because whether it is here tonight or whether it is at Unforgiven, every damn night of the week, if you shut your mouth, you shut your mouth. This goof holding the camera shut his mouth. This chick gawking at The Rock shut her mouth. You be quiet. You too. Shh, shh, shh. If you listen, all The Rock's fans are chanting his name. Keep your head still, jabroni. The Rock says this, is that tonight he was going to do one thing, and that is lay the smack down on your Rudy Poo. If you smell what The Rock is cooking.
Attack skills and vocabulary too. Comprehension of this edition is all brand new. You're through. I'm interplanetarian like Doctor Who. So who?
Fuck your beef, no relief. I step on stage, girls scream like I'm Keith.
I'm back once again to do this wonderful thing called Ring Time Pro Wrestling. Keith and Keisha in the building. Keisha, say hi to the people.
Hello. Hello. What's going on, everybody? That's pretty much how I'm greeting everyone this week. How you doing? I think it's perfect.
So, another action-packed, wonderful week of wrestling. A lot going on. In case you don't know, there's Ring Time Pro Wrestling. We are brought to you a variety of ways. We are on Blog Talk. I keep saying on Blog Talk Radio, out of Force of Habit. And I ain't recording on Blog Talk Radio in months. We're on Spreaker. We are on iTunes, we are on Stitcher Radio, we are available on the TuneIn Radio app, we are available on YouTube, we are on SoundCloud, and maybe a few other installations that you can think of, anywhere you can find your podcast. I think we're on Podbay. So if you just search Ring Time Pro Wrestling, you pretty much can find us. Our website, ringtimeprowrestling.com. There's always chock full of information and fun tidbits that we got going on and things that we are watching and looking at around the wrestling world. Most notably, my DVD suggestion, The True Giants, presented by WWE, which is available on the WWE Network. You can catch that and see what I think about that. Also, Keish, I guess to get this ball rolling and jump right into it, the WWE Network is free again this month for new subscribers.
That's right.
Okay, so is that just going to be the ongoing thing? Like the first month is going to be free?
You know, I don't have to wonder. Because if that is going to be an ongoing thing, it's going to appeal to a lot of people. That's going to be becoming new subscribers.
Well, I mean, that's my plan. I think from now on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a new email address and sign up again as a new customer.
Awesome.
And I'm going to cancel every month and sign up as a new customer and keep creating fake emails because I can make unlimited emails, right?
Right.
So every month, just come back. I mean, think about it. It sounds like a hassle, but think about it. How long did it take you to create another email in Gmail or Yahoo or whatever?
Right. Oh, 2 seconds.
Right.
2 seconds.
So 2 seconds. So I'm paying you $10 for 2 seconds.
Right.
Because why not? Why not? Well, why am I wasting this money? Paying every month. I should just cancel.
Right.
I should just cancel and sign up for a new subscription. Rollo Jones, at yahoo.com can watch WWE Network. Jimmy Rollins 12 at yahoo.com can get the WWE Network. And just keep rolling.
Right.
Don't understand why. I mean, I don't know. Eventually, they're gonna shoot themselves in the foot. But I think they like reporting to investors that they've increased the subscriber base. Like, I think they're like going into their shareholders meeting and saying, hey man, we got 1.5 million subscribers. But if 500,000 ain't paying, what's the boast about? They're just empty subscriptions. But the investors may or may not care. I don't know, right?
Probably not. But who knows?
I mean, they might be counting pockets. Like, 1.5 times $10 a month. You know what I mean? They doing good.
Yeah.
That's $15 million in the bank. $15 million a month. Plus your $100 some odd million TV contract. Plus your live event revenue. Plus people still buying the pay-per-views. I don't know why, but there's still people who spend dropping the $50, $60 on the pay-per-view because they don't have the network and they still order the pay-per-view. Think about it, Survivor Series got 100,000 buys away from the network. I don't know how much WrestleMania did. I have to look that up. But if they got 300,000 buys away from the network, you know what I mean? At $50 a pop. That's more revenue. Right. So, I mean, I get it. From what I hear, the boys are saying the payoffs are better than what they have been. Because the payoffs, for a while, was crappy, right? Even for, top performers, they were saying the payoffs wasn't good. And that was, a point of contention for a lot of people. But apparently that has improved. So, we'll see how that works out. Because if the payoffs ain't good, especially trying to be the number one company in the world, I don't know what's going to happen for you. But yeah, that's my piece on that. I'm thinking about look, man, why am I keep paying $10 like a sucker?
Hey.
I could just go ahead and, I got a couple of email addresses already for different things, right? So I'm on the Gmail right now. Maybe Yahoo will take over, and then after that, you know what I mean? Who knows? But yeah, why am I paying like a sucker? But, that's just my piece on it.
Yeah.
So, this weekend, a lot of y'all got to get disappointed and watching the Floyd Mayweather-Pacquiao fight. My condolences goes out to your cable bills if you dropped that $99 to see the fight. Other than that, hey man, it is what it is, right? Because I know some people was mad, Keish. Mad.
Right.
There's people trying to sue Pacquiao right now.
They are. And it's crazy because I understand their strife. It's really ridiculous. Hey, I had to find out the reason, though. Because at first, I only heard that they were just trying to sue him. And I'm like, okay, well, why? And I found out the reason. And I was like, can you do that? Are you allowed to sue for this reason? I just need to know.
Okay. Honestly, I don't know how boxing is. See, the beautiful wrestling is that there's this thing called car subject to change. where Pacquiao wouldn't even have to fight, right? Boxing is a little different. The legalities. Also, there's not the assumption that there's a, outcome. Even though back in the day with the Athletic Commission, yada yada yada, right? But for those of you who don't know, basically, I get too crazy of the minutiae of this, but Pacquiao said his shoulder wasn't hurt. Come to find out, his shoulder's hurt. So basically, he presented himself as a healthy fighter to the Athletic Commission, and he may not have not been, and he went out there and fought.
All right.
Now, if you bet it legally at the sports book, or if you paid because you wanted to see a healthy fighter, and you did not get a healthy fighter in the ring, then the people are considered that they were defrauded on that. Now, a lawyer, don't know all the legalities, but it sounds like some that, hey, this one might actually make it to court. Like, this one might actually get argued. May actually get argued in front of a judge. So that one remains to be seen. But, hey, very possible.
Hey.
Now, if you stayed up for that Pacquiao-Mayweather fight, like me, you knew there was something else coming on later on. Try to get the nap in and try to get back up 4 o'clock in the morning for New Japan Dontaku. I hope I pronounced that right. Hopefully they don't Aku. Dontaku. Don't know how roughly my Japanese translates to what that actually is, so I'll go with Dontaku for right now. 2015. Very solid show. Very solid show. Kishi's New Japan shows is rough. In 4 hours. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we complain about stuff with WWE. New Japan gives you 4 hours every time they come out, man. When I say 4 hours, it's 4 solid hours. It ain't like WWE Network where you get like a pay-per-view and it's 3 hours, but it really finishes about 2:45. Not to mention you have promos and commercials. You know what I mean? Nah, bro, this 4 hours is pretty solid. But the bell-to-bell in-ring product, always amazing. I still contend that Wrestle Kingdom, even though it's the first pay-per-view of the year, it's probably gonna be the pay-per-view of 2015. I challenge anybody to say, hey, this one was better, right? Wrestle Kingdom Dash is gonna be the pay-per-view of 2015. We are 5 months deep, and nobody else has put up anything close.
No,
right?
not at all.
But that being said, this one was good. Just a few notes. I'm not gonna go all the way through the card because it's 9 matches. I just hit the bullet points, the high points, because I know all y'all don't watch New Japan. But you should. If you have ASX, I think the last episode of the season might be coming up of this season, but they're showing a lot of past matches from like 2013. They said 2013, but they're showing 2014 matches too, right? Do yourself a treat. Watch it. It's very good. You're done with English commentary, so you don't have to sit there and listen to Japanese commentary on the matches, which is very good. And it actually gives a fresher appeal. You know what I mean? Even though, hey man, I sit through Japanese commentary because I enjoy the action. I know enough of the characters. I'm enough into the action. I mean, it's real easy to follow. So you can get the sense of what's going on without a lot of, the language barrier is not that big of a deal for me. And for most of the fans of my age group who were in the tape trade days, I don't think language is ever really a big problem, right? So, with that being said, I don't know, is it me or does Jushin, Liger, and Tiger Mask always start off every Japanese pay-per-view in some kind of tag match? It's like every pay-per-view I watch this year, the opening match got to be Jushin, Liger, and Tiger Mask. And whether they're on the same team, or most of the time it's on the same team, or against somebody, they're in a tag match. And that's just the opening match of the pay-per-view. Very crazy reoccurring theme that goes on here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Young Bucks look pretty good. You might know them from TNA as Generation Me. Hardy's 2.0, as some people call them. I call the super kick fanatics because there's a whole lot of super kicks that take place in their matches to the point it get kind of redundant. But it's cool. They had a good match with reDragon from Ring of Honor and Roppongi Vice, who were the champs of the IWGP Junior Tag Team champs until Young Bucks took that. So that was cool. The Kingdom, Maria Kanellis, Michael Bennett, Matt Evans of ROH took on the Bullet Club with Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, and Amber Gallows, aka the Bullet Babe. Good match. Bennett and Evans and Kanellis won that. AJ Styles and Yuhei Takahashi defeated Chaos, which had Okada and Yoshihashi with Guido in the quarter. AJ's team won. There was a point where Okada had the belt and posed with it, but they handed it back to AJ. So be on the lookout. It's going to be a match sometime down the line. Main event. Hiroki Goto defeated my homeboy Nakamura for the IWGP Intercontinental Championship. Good match. Kind of threw me off seeing Nakamura lose. He's kind of been my boy, King of Strong Style. I've been riding with him, Keish. It's my man right there, but he lost. Yeah. From what I've gotten and what I've read, Goto, because I watched some of the press conference, but then of course I faded out with sleep because I don't understand Japanese. What am I going to get out of the press conference? But for Fale, I read later, people was translated. Goto said his goal is to combine the Intercontinental Championship and the World Championship. So somewhere down the line, somebody's going after AJ's belt. And he plans to be a different champion than Nakamura, which we'll see. Who knows? I think Nakamura. It'll be interesting what he does after this. Like, does he go after the world title? Does he try to get his belt back? That kind of thing, right? So that's it so far. That's my report from New Japan this week. Then we get into Raw Monday night. Keisha, I don't get to say this often, but bell to bell, 8 to 11. I was interested, and I thought I saw a good show on Raw. I thought I saw an excellent show. Montreal was an incredible crowd. It's an incredible city for wrestling. Fun city to visit. I've been there once to play a football game when I was in college. So I can't say. Montreal, pretty interesting city to visit. French Canada. It's in the province of Quebec, of course, and they speak a lot of French there. But other than that, not a bad place to be, right? So we get there Monday Night Live. Roman and Randy open the show. They all both decide to put their little things about how they want to beat up old Seth Rollins. And we get a visit from the New Day. I'm going to say this, Keisha. I'm surprised at what the New Day is becoming.
I am not. And I guess because of the path that they had been taking from the longest at this point, like, it might be recent, but at the same time, it's still happening. So I'm not surprised that eventually one day they was going to work themselves into this angle, because for some odd reason, I'm just kind of seeing it forthcoming. Like, from the first promo they did, it was hard, and then they kind of ended doing them like,
This is what I'm saying. I mean, I think now it went from, hey, and they maybe built it right, and they did. They tried to be good guys. and they stunk at it. They stunk at it pretty bad. Now they're being bad guys. And it's the bad guy, but I'm still trying to be good. A la Kurt Angle 99, 98. Well, hey, I'm the Olympic gold medalist and I'm a good guy. And people boo him. Okay, New Day doing something similar, right? The New Day sucks thing is getting over. I think the crowd likes telling them that they suck. And I think that is working for them. And they have some good heel tactics. They function well as a 3-man group. Freebird rule. I would like to educate Booker T also what the Freebird rule means. During a handicap match, they are not using the Freebird rule. Freebird rule indicates that they are all recognized equally as champions, and that any combination of the three can defend the titles.
And they have no problem expressing it. I mean, they come out to the ring, and then eventually, like tonight, as a matter of fact, they had a match tonight, and it was Xavier Woods that was wearing a title belt other than Kofi. You know, Kofi and Big E are the ones that won it in the first place. So I think they just kind of rotate them around to tell the truth. Like, hey, you're going to wear them, and you're going to wear them, and you're going to wear them, and we're all just going to participate.
Well, that's how the Freebird rule works. It's also used by the Spirit Squad, even though I think only 2 guys actually defended the titles. Freebird rule was utilized by Demolition in the past when Axe Smash and Crush were the champions. Even though I think at that time, I think it might have just been Smash and Crush that were defending the titles, and Axe was kind of regulated to more of like a manager type thing at that time. Right. But that's kind of how the Freebirds work. I mean, there wasn't a lot of times Michael wrestled. Michael would wrestle, but it would be more always Bam Bam. Gordy is always in the mix. There was never a time Gordy's not in the mix, because Gordy's your heavy hitter, right? If it was a local show or a TV show, like it was like Saturday morning, whatever, it'd probably be Buddy in a tag match with Bam Bam, right? And Michael on the outside. Michael was more of the prize. Michael was more of like, hey, it's pay-per-view, it's the big one, it's the big blow-off with the Von Erichs, or it's the big blow-off with yada yada yada. So Michael got to be in the mix there. You know what I mean? We got to have Michael there. Then, of course, now they did all 3 wrestle if there was like a 6-man tag team title match up or a 6-man thing going, right?
Right.
So that happened. But New Day got a win over Reigns and Orton. Reigns and Orton look dysfunctional. Also,
of course,
I like the booking, and this is why I like the booking. And this is probably, it's very different than what McMahon has done in the past. The tag team champions were able to beat 2 individuals. So collectively, the best team won the match because they were functional as a team. Not 2 individuals just squashing the tag team champions like what usually happens. So I commend them on that portion of the booking. We roll on. Apparently, Seth Rollins was in action against Dean Ambrose, and it got very interesting, Keish. Kane, director of operations, decided that, hey, if Dean Ambrose won, he could be a part of the world title match at Payback. Didn't see that coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did not see the potential for Ambrose to be added to the Fatal 4-Way. Because that was what guy I was worried about. Like, I was worried that Ambrose was going to be languishing out in La La Land. And they were not going to know what to do with Ambrose. Who's definitely a player, right? So, after watching, I would say kudos to them on that. And Keish Glasgow, Ambrose won.
Yeah.
We got a fatal 4-way at Payback. We got a fatal. I'm amazed. We got a fatal 4-way going down. Very amazed that they gonna put him in that spot. Also, you know, give us some intrigue. We don't know what's gonna happen week to week, right? So, good move there. Also, I think having that fourth man in that match, you keep it. It's going to be constantly more 2-on-2, and you just don't know what's going to happen, right? Also, this is going to be the first match of consequence that features all three of the Shield members. Randy's have an accessory in this, but it's the Shield against each other 1-on-1 for the world title. I think if that doesn't speak to the development of developmental and NXT and what it can be, I don't know what else to tell you. Really don't. 2 years on the main roster, this is what you get from those guys right now, right? So I don't know. I don't know what else that tells you. And then on after that, I'm going to ask you this. What do you make of the Bray Wyatt Ryback thing?
It's just weird. I think that's the best way for me to describe it. It's really, really weird. Like, I don't really know what else to say about it. Like, Bray is just a whole nother level of weird himself anyway. So you throw Ryback into this, and it makes no sense to me. You know? I guess I'm not looking for everything to make sense, but it's just weird. Like, he just pops up and doesn't pop up and scaring the shit out of Ryback. Like, it's just weird, you know? I don't know. I guess there's a combination of things you have to wonder about. And it's that is like, who in the hell decided that this was the next move for the both of them? I don't know.
This is a result of I don't know what to do with either one of these guys.
Yeah.
That is, I think it's very clear that this is a result of I've got to have something for both of them, and I really don't know what to do.
Right.
In the end game, for either of them, I don't know, because coming out on the either side of this, I don't think it benefits either one. Now, I mean, it benefits the winner, I guess, a little bit, but the loser just, I mean, they go slide further down the charts. I've liked the resurgence of Ryback so far, because that's a character they had to rebuild, because there was a point he was on fire. In 2013, he was on fire. Problem was they gave too much too soon. They tried to put him in the main event because guys were hurt.
Right.
And he suffered multiple losses consecutively in the main event because he had to lose because the champ needed to stay the champ because they wanted to put it over to the other guy. But for him to go in there consistently and lose and lose and lose and lose, he lost all momentum and interest at that point.
Right. Exactly.
So then he got stale for a while. They brought him back. And then, probably by Survivor Series and the issue with the Authority, he revived. Slowly. I think maybe he could have challenged for one of those mid-card belts or something like that. But I don't know what to do with him. I think they like him because of his physique. They like the big, muscular guy, but I don't think they know what to do with him. I don't know what to make of him. And I guess they don't either, right?
Yeah.
So, there's that. Bray is in a curious situation because he's the new face of Fear, even though he lost to the original face of Fear. And I don't know if you can really take that moniker serious if there's the guy out there that is actually still who he says he is, and you couldn't beat him, right? Because you're not with that mania. But I get it. We go still try to figure out a way to make it work. And still still get Bray and right back to time if they need and deserve or whatever. But I don't know what the end game is for this. I'll get with you. It's weird. And they're going to have some very weird matches.
Yeah.
And I don't think the matches are going to be like 5-star quality.
Well, because most of them are not going to make sense. It's not going to make sense.
Okay.
Like, let's just go ahead and prepare for that.
2 former members of the original Nexus. What I would say, you have to make it a slugfest, right? I mean, that's the only thing you could do. Basically, you have to make it a slugfest and maybe hope people get into the brutality of what's going on. And maybe we could pull something for both of them, right? So, that's that. Here, I said we're going to have a match of the week every week, right? This is the easy match of the week, Keish. Best match all week long. Okay. Moment of the week. John Cena open challenge for the U.S. title. And Montreal's own Sami Zayn challenged Cena for the belt.
Awesome. Only word is best to describe it. Awesome. Best thing I've seen in a long time.
Everybody was rooting for Sami Zayn. So wanted him to win. Now, the only problem is he couldn't win. It was totally blue Sunday's pay-per-view. Not Sunday, but next week's pay-per-view. Totally ruins Payback if he wins. But that kind of match and that kind of thing after this is over, after Payback and the Rusev angle is over, gotta look at it, give some young guy a rub. But I think the cosign from Cena after the match, was very big for him.
Right.
But, man, incredible match. Sammy brought his A game. That's all I can say. And he proved he could be a star on the main level. And the WWE let him get his shine in his hometown. I didn't think that was going to happen. They haven't really let dudes shine in their hometown lately. I mean, think about it. Most people have been going back to their hometown and getting crushed. So, very interesting that Sammy got to really work it out in his hometown and do a good job. But, man, and that, I've never seen nothing like that dive through. Imagine they're on the floor, right? He dives through the ropes, through the second rope, and catches Cena with the DDT.
Right. Awesome.
Crazy angle.
Greatness.
It didn't even make sense how he did it.
It didn't matter. It didn't even matter how it made sense. It didn't matter how it didn't need to make sense because it was just that awesome. Damn. That's just how it goes. It does. It didn't need an explanation. It only makes sense because it was just that great. Personal opinion. I'm sticking to it.
Also, I am here for the Naomi heel turn. It's been very interesting so far. She is wrecking shop.
All right.
And I think they're gonna turn to Bella's face by proxy, without really doing anything to him, just because you're gonna feel bad for how bad they're about to get beat up. But Tamina got help. I mean, not Tamina got help. Naomi got help. Tamina's back. Huge. Her family member, because she is a part of that wonderful family tree that Naomi married into. We are always considering that her mom is one of the family members. Because Snuka not related to him. Snuka is from an island, but he's from Fiji. Geographically is a little bit away from them in the ocean area of the Polynesian islands and that way. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a long boat ride. But
do they plan on doing anything with her other than having her run around here with Naomi? I do want to know.
Right now, I think that's just the first integration of her back into the mix until they figure out how it's going to. I don't think they got a full understanding of the main roster on how the women's division is going to work. Because there's a lot of challenges to logistics of how it's going to work. Also, they have this thing where they have these ladies they brought in to kind of be a part of that roster, but they don't really work that well. Versus like the up and comers, like the NXT, the Emmas, the Baileys, the Charlottes, the Sasha Banks, they can wrestle. Becky Bayless, I mean, they can wrestle. I mean, Sarah Del Rey is down there training some monsters.
Yeah, true.
And they can wrestle. Like things like with Bayley and Emma that you saw on NXT Wednesday, where they hugged in the ring. And then it was like Emma tried to get away, and then Bayley hit the belly to belly. Nobody hit no belly to belly suplexes on the main roster.
Right.
They just they're not that equipped in a ring. You know what I mean? So they have to figure out a challenge because they boosted these characters on the main roster. They gave them TV shows. They gave them a lot of money. They have to add value somehow. Natty can hold her own. Natty can out wrestle anybody's wrestler. I think Naomi has the athleticism. She just got to sharpen up her skill. Same thing with Tamina. I think Tamina got the raw skills, but she needs to sharpen some things up. But, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, appreciative of how it all turns out. So, but yeah, I'm here for Naomi being heel. And Tamina, if that's going to be her number 2,
right,
it's going to be dangerous. It's going to be dangerous if you're in that Divas division on the main roster. King Barrett seemed okay with him and Sheamus taking on Dolph and Neville.
Lord, that name I'm not going to get used to. I'm sorry.
Or Neville?
No, King Barrett. Oh, God. Come on, man. King Barrett is not going to work for me. I'm sorry. They need to call something.
He lives the gimmick. It's gonna be interesting because they got to make that worthwhile. Like they got to capitalize on the King thing.
But oh man, come on, dude. I guess it's just like you said, it comes on with the territory. So it's just gonna be that way. I'm with it, but I'm not with it because it just sounds retarded. But whatever. Yeah, I digress.
I agree. So show ends with the brawl, of course, and I guess it was supposed to be a one-on-one between Roman and Randy, which devolved into the Authority, you know, trying to use it as a way to beat him down. And Dean comes out and joins the party, and could Dean Ambrose be the last man standing in 2 weeks? I doubt it, but it's just nice to speculate. And, you know, I'm going to tell you, I mean, let's believe Seth Rollins carrying this belt to SummerSlam. Seth Rollins is going to face the music against Brock Lesnar, and that's going to be the money, right? But good to see how things turned out. Anything else you want to add about Raw or anything you saw interesting in wrestling?
Raw was intriguing, almost. But at the same time, it just had its moments of what the, you know, I ask myself that every time I watch Raw. But it's I don't know. I guess the best way to describe it is just that it really led me to wonder about a couple of things that I guess will have to get played out with over time, because there were some holes. I don't know if that makes sense, but there were some holes. And it's going to be a very short time with each person the way that they're booked right now. I don't see anything permanent, you know, or ongoing at this point. So I guess I'm just waiting to see that all happen. You know, after that time pass on until it hits the next pay-per-view, and then after that, seeing if they still willing.
Right.
That's what I need to hear.
Yeah. That pretty much wraps up the first part of the show. We're going to take our usual break. We'll be back. Come back on that second part. and get us caught up on what else is going on in the world of wrestling. And very heavy NXT discussion next segment, so stay tuned as we break that down. They also have a big event coming up in about 2 weeks, so we'll be back and catch you on the other end, people.
And this title belt.
Mad Dog Vachon, Algeria, Otto Vance, Austria, Andre the Giant, France, Billy Robinson from England, Saito, Japan, you name it. From every place in the country and in the world, they are here, not only for the money. It is the most dangerous of them all. And even though a lot of people are going to pick the big man possibly for a winner, it could be a Greg Gagne or a Buck Zumhoff, because the smart little man, if he watches his P's and Q's, could come out on top of it. And I know one thing. That man might be the smartest man, and I'm going to have to watch him closely. The sad thing is that even though I will have to defend the heavyweight championship of the world later, they still want to try to eliminate my manager, Bobby Heenan, right now.
Bobby Heenan, I'm going to tell you something. I've got probably one of the greatest partners I could ever have, Mr. Saito. He's a master of karate, jiu-jitsu, and all that. And Stevens and Lanza, 2 men that I fired on the spot. When I'm done with them, they'll be able to play for the University of Minnesota because they're used to having a bunch of losers on their team. And I'm going to tell you something, Ray the Crippler Stevens and Black Jack Lanza or White Jack Lanza or whatever you like to call yourself now. I'm going to pull that white cowboy hat down so far, rip that hanging judge overcoat off you, pull those white boots off you, and I'm going to stuff them right down Ray the Crippler Stevens' throat. And then I'm going to stand you both up and watch Saito go through you like you've seen those Vegematics they advertise on TV. You're just going to...
Wait, hold it. Gentlemen, look at this. Bobby Heenan and Nick Bockwinkel exit stage left.
All right, we are pulled back from the break, and now we are wonderful segment that we like to call birthdays. It's birthday. Okay. Very short birthday list. As of today, May 7th. Well, I'll dial back to yesterday, which was May 6th. Even 2 days ago. 2 days ago, which would have been Tuesday, May 5th, Brooke Hogan celebrated a birthday. Young Brooke is 27.
Awesome.
So, that is cool. Yesterday would have been May 6th, which is Wednesday. Brian Knobbs, one half of the Nasty Boys, will celebrate his 51st birthday. So that happened. Scotty Goldman, you probably know him better as Colt Cabana. Celebrated his birthday yesterday. Colt turned 35. So, that's always good.
Of course.
And let's go ahead and talk. Today is May 7th. Hercules Hernandez has a birthday. And also, the late, great Owen Hart would have been 50 today. How do you live? So, that's probably the biggest one this week. So, if you've been online, you've seen a lot of tributes and a lot of things going around for Owen.
Right.
One guy who, I think that might be the hardest death that the wrestling community has had to take over the years was Owen Hart. One is because it happened during an actual event, an actual pay-per-view. I think two, the way it happened, and the fact that what everybody believed he still had to do and what he still was going to be.
Regardless. So,
I think his death, out of all the ones that fans and the community as a whole had to take, I think his is probably the hardest one.
Yeah, it is.
Others, I think because others, there was a self-inflicted situation where a lot of them, even if they passed away, it was like, well, I mean, they did do this and they passed, they did do that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, this one was just a freak accident beyond a lot of who. I'm not blaming anybody. That's one thing I definitely am not going to do here. I know on other podcasts, other people have blamed a few people for what happened, and I'm not blaming anybody. I don't think anybody's consciously put him up in that rafter of thought when he comes down that this is going to be bad.
No, it was just tragic.
And the company that they hired was, I thought the company that did Sting's thing when he was coming down.
Right.
So that's the thing too. So all the way around, like, I'm not putting any blame on anybody for that situation. I think that was a rough one for everybody involved to go through. Aside from that, and on a lighter note, let's get into the news.
Oh Lord Jesus. That's how I feel every time we do news. It's just like, Lord, what do you have for this week?
It spills news. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Impact Wrestling is going to go live Friday night.
Awesome. Too bad I won't be able to see
a live show on Destination America. It's kind of funny. Out of all the Discovery networks I have, I don't have Destination America.
Because Destination America, for some reason, is hooked onto, like, Encore and all of that. Like, I don't know. Because we have LA, and along with LA came Encore and movie channels, and Destination America, and, like, something else. And I was like, wait, what? Like, we get all this too? Like, I was thoroughly shocked and surprised. So, yeah. I don't know. Might all be all hooked together. Not pretty much sure about all of that. Don't quote me on it. Just let it be.
Right. So, I mean, that's happening. I could get it with another tier of the package where I just have to wait every day, like the next day, to watch Impact. So I just been waiting the next day. Right?
Yeah.
What I'll say is this. Friday show is going to be live. Which is great. Because I think sometimes some things get lost. It always pre-taping.
Right.
It always pre-tapes being out so far out sometime. Trying to jam it. Because they've taped 5 episodes at the same place. And you kind of can tell after episode 3, like, oh, we still here. Like, I don't want to watch somebody's long day over the course of 3 days.
No. Oh, okay. God, no.
Alright, so that's kind of what happens there. TNA confirmed that former world champion will be there Friday night and will operate a special guest referee. Nobody knows who's going to be there to operate a special guest referee. Some of the names being used was Bobby Lashley, who of course is on a contract. Bully Ray, who probably is not, because this has been coming back to WWF. Rob Van Dam, his name has been mentioned. Also a guy who usually is up on WWE TV, so probably not. Austin Aries and Christian, who's a WWE guy. Also, AJ Styles, which I think would be the most intriguing. Because AJ is under contract. He's been working with Ring of Honor, and he's been in Japan. So, I think there's all still working relationships with TNA for him to do a one-night stick. And anything with AJ is better, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So, yeah, that might be probably the most logical choice, but we'll see. We'll have to wait and see, and see how it all comes out, right?
Right.
Also, news. TNA cancels a tour of China. And pisses a lot of people off. And the reason they piss people off, I think the biggest thing for a lot of wrestlers, they set time aside to go to China. And now they can't do that. Because if they was going to go to China, and they was going to do that tour, they was going to get paid, but a lot of them could have been taking indie dates here in the United States. And with the tour canceled so close, they don't have a time, to get back with their agents and try to rebook and try to, catch up that money. So, interesting thing that goes out there.
Yeah.
And how it's all handled.
Like, life. So, I don't know, man.
So, Global Force Wrestling announces 4 members of its new talent roster.
Oh, who are they?
I'm glad you asked. The 4 names will be one of the biggest news. Chael Sonnen, former UFC fighter, will be expert analyst for Global Force.
Cool.
Yeah.
Loving
So,
it. Loving it.
Yeah. Basically, Bullet Club will be a force at Global Force. Of course, Jared is part of Bullet Club. But Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows will be there, probably continuing as one of the dominant tag teams in Global Force. Davey Boy Smith Jr., D.A. Smith, still wrestler, she's going to be there.
Awesome.
And Lance Hoyt will be there. They also work together in Japan. So, PJ Black, formerly known as Justin Gabriel, will be there. NFL former offensive lineman Quinn Moose, who wrestled in ROH, will be on the roster. Lady Tapa, she is the Barbarians' daughter or niece. She wrestled in TNA before. She will be on the roster.
Right.
But we got more names to come. Global Force has alliances with 13 promotions on 5 continents, including New Japan, AAA in Mexico, and Indies in Europe, Asia, and Africa. So expect to see a lot of different talent come through there.
Awesome.
These TV tapings are going to ramp up this summer. And, hey, man, this is going to be interesting to see. Global Force. Yeah, I mean, Global Force is going at trying to be the number 2 company here.
Right.
They coming at TNA. I mean, they're trying to skip past ROH. So they coming at people's throat. And I like the idea of Global Force. Global. And it's going to be built on alliances. Because here's the thing. I think to succeed for TNA, ROH, and all these other companies, they got to work together for a while.
They do.
I mean, they're nice to be competitive, but they need to do talent exchanges. They need to do some co-promotions. That's how they're going to pack 10,000 people in the building.
Right.
Right? That's the way they're going to do it. No other way. That's how they're going to pack 10,000 people into a building. So, yeah, that's the Global Force Wrestler. Michelle Beadle of ESPN says she's not rocking with the WWE anymore.
Yeah.
Huge fan of wrestling, says she's not rocking with it no more. Mainly because, she's been outspoken against people like Floyd Mayweather and people about domestic violence and sports and stuff that in the nature. And she can't rock with Triple H no more since he hang with the money team too much.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that have strong beliefs against the things that Floyd Mayweather has been accused of doing and has done. So a lot of them have altered their own lives in order to just avoid this person altogether. He ain't no head person. All of this is stem around him as a person, Mayweather, that is. So of course, hey, she just like, I'm not dealing with it. I'm not gonna do it. Y'all can have it. I don't. I'm sorry. Like, if this is really what you're saying to me right now, then yeah, I agree with you. I'm with it. Because she's like, yep, Triple H is in it, on it, with it. I'm not with it, though. You can have that. I'm done. Especially because of the type of person that this person has been accused of being. And yeah, I'm sorry. Like, I'm with her on that. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy, but this happens all the time, and I am applauding her for what she decided to do. sometimes you just have to move on, and for your own reasons. It just happens to be her. That's it. It's over. So, there will be nothing else.
Yeah. Also, in the news this week, this is huge. Word on the street, the WWE is planning to release an Owen Hart DVD. We're just talking about his birthday. This been his 50th birthday. They've been working hard and diligently. This is going to be the first feature that's strictly about Owen. His name has been mentioned in a lot of releases, but there has to be a thing like strictly about Owen, right? The King of Hearts has a chance at this. His wife Martha, his widow, who has fought the WWE a lot in court about different things to you and Owen's likenesses and things that she thought they shouldn't have done. And the Hart family all appear to be on board with this. So we could get a really good Owen Hart DVD, Keisha.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be amazing.
I want a hard copy of that. I do. I want a hard copy of it. I'm sorry. I have to have one. Jesus. This long awaited and very overdue. Personal opinion.
Tough Enough cast has been announced. Apparently, Chris Jericho is still in all Stone Cold jobs at the WWE. First, he's doing a podcast. Now, he's hosting Tough Enough. The new cast will be Jericho as the host, Daniel Bryan, Hulk Hogan, and Paige, I think, are going to be part of the training squad. Which replaces Trish Stratus, Bill DeMott, Booker T, and Stone Cold. Not sure how or where that comes from or how it came down the pike like that. But thoughts on Jericho hosting Tough Enough? Yeah, so with Jericho and Dale and Hogan and Paige doing Tough Enough, what you think?
I don't think I like that combination of that team. I don't know. I guess, how? Like,
I think Paige has the personality. Hogan is a wild card because one of the things that's questioned is his in-ring ability.
Right.
Bryan, good guy for it, but at the same time, it's kind of like I'd rather see him wrestling.
Exactly.
But maybe it's the way to keep him active and use his popularity without having him getting hurt.
I don't know. And you know what? I can understand it. And a lot of people respect Bryan. A lot of people like Paige, Hogan, Jericho. I mean, there's a huge level of respect for these wrestlers. But it's like, I really don't know Tough Enough. Like, I'm not saying that they are not a good fit for this show particularly, but really, like, I really just can't see it. You know, I guess in my mind, I would never picture them as a Tough Enough team. You know, the ones that are bringing in the wrestlers that are potential wrestlers, and one of them could be a WWE wrestler. Like, for them to be running the show, it's kind of weird to me for some reason. I don't know. I don't know what it is about it, but I just don't like it too much. So, we just have to see. I guess, you know what it is? I had to give it a chance. I have to give it a chance, and I have to see it for myself. But you're right. One of the things that is at question is Hulk Hogan's in-ring abilities, because I'm trying to figure out, like, what it is his role is exactly with the show. Not only that, but it's been, what, years since the last time he wrestled? Like, I don't understand or see what exactly he's going to do. I don't know. I guess.
Well, he doesn't have to wrestle. That's the thing. I mean, I don't think he has to do a lot, but the thing is, too, maybe he's just there as inspiration, and maybe he's there just to talk because I think his contribution is he knows how to get over.
Right.
Like ring psychology, he's aces, right? Like he knows how to sell a match to fans, right? So he's aces. So who knows? We'll see. And maybe he's just a name to put on the show to make it bigger and pop bigger, because I think with Austin not being a part of the show, Jericho is a popular character, but I don't know if Jericho crosses over well. Today, Hulk Hogan is instant like, oh, okay. Because if I have let's say I've never watched wrestling and I only watch reality TV, right?
Right.
If you tell me Hulk Hogan is training wrestlers, that makes sense to me. Why, yes, he should. That's like telling me Michael Jordan is training basketball players.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I get that's the addition of Hogan to the program. What else is out there? So we talked about the Owen Hart documentary. Steve also said he's pretty sure he'll be a part of WrestleMania 32. And there's questions, does he have heat with John Cena and Vince? Because, you know, Cena been using that springboard, that terrible version of the stunner.
Oh my God. It is so awful, but hilarious every time he does it. I'm like, why does he do it?
I'll let him keep doing it. It just possibly gives us a Stone Cold versus John Cena match at WrestleMania 32.
Oh, how would they go into that though? Like, when you get that stunner on, Keith, I want to see it. I want to see John Cena hit that stunner on Stone Cold, just because it looks so awful. How did he even come up with that? That's what I want to know. I want to ask Cena, like, how did you even come up with this move that you've been doing? Because it shocked the shit out of me when I first seen it. I was like, what? What is this? Like, he just had to have a new move. He had to have come up with something new. And I was just kind of like, but that was what you did? Really? I don't know. Like, every time he does it, it's just hilarious to me. So,
right.
I'm sorry. It's crazy.
Tuesday, Keish. WWE E60 special on ESPN. Very good show. It was called Behind the Curtain. Pretty much it followed the lives and the development of NXT. From its inception into how it's executed and what goes on down there. Right. I think it gave really good insight. Also, it gave you really good insight of what, like, when Triple H runs the show.
Awesome. That is awesome.
I think I got a good peek at the Brain Trust, because Michael Cole was involved a lot down there. Michael Hayes was involved a lot down there. Dusty, very big down there in NXT. They followed mainly three guys, which turned out to be Xavier Woods, Corey Graves, and Tyler Breeze, four guys, and Adam Rose. Like, you got to see how Adam Rose developed into Adam Rose, because he was like Leo Kruger. He was like the South African guy, and they switched him over to Adam Rose. Guys trying to take a chance, find a new character, see what helps and stay on the roster. Corey's hardships, being that wrestler, being the guy who was next up for the next big thing, and then the concussions got the best of him in his transition to the announce team.
Okay. Okay. What?
But it was a good special.
I'm glad, and I have to find it somewhere. I'm pretty sure I can find it on YouTube. You know, even though a lot of things have been snatched off YouTube these days, there's a lot of ways to watch it. So I'm pretty sure I'll be able to find it on YouTube. And I had to look at it because it sounds like an interesting piece. It really does. And I would love to.
Very interesting. Very in-depth. I thought they did an excellent job. ESPN and the WWE. Kudos to them. Also, a lot more wrestling stuff is showing up on ESPN. I think they're trying to work out a good partnership. And as we'll see how that works out, right? Also, NXT. I watched the show this week. A few news and notes I got. Bayley has a mean streak. I like that. It showed that she's capable of having a mean streak, because I mean, she did the belly back suplex on Emma after Emma stole her gear. I guess Emma trying to go rogue and be heel. It was a good first 15 minutes of the show was dedicated towards the women. We got a Becky Lynch promo.
Yeah.
We got, you know what I mean, and it really went in depth to her past and who she was and what she was about. Like they really give good time on there. Charlotte, excellent as always. Great match against Emma.
Right.
So yeah, kudos to them. We're seeing Rhino wrestle, but I think he's going to teach a lot of these big, stocky guys how to work. I think that's his goal down at NXT. The Kevin Owens interviews and the Sami Zayn interviews both were A1. I thought both of them got across what was going on, and that this thing is personal, and that something's gonna have to give. If you're not familiar with Ui Nation, indie guy that we are a fan of, and you know a lot of people know, Wale is a huge fan of him, and
awesome.
We saw his first promo on NXT. Don't know what his new name is going to be, because of course they're going to change his name. Do not know what the new name is going to be, but definitely a hot promo. Showing with Regal, they have him sign his contract. So we're about to get rocking and rolling there, right?
Right.
So I mean, which lets me know he came in pretty solid, and now they just want to see what they can do on television. So that happened. All in all, decent show. They have a big pay-per-view coming up in 2 weeks. Another NXT takeover. I think Sami Zayn will try to get that rematch against Kevin Owens, and a few other things are going to be going on. So be on the lookout for that. The way that week will work, we'll do our recap of Payback, and probably the recap of Payback will come early because we'll be preview. So maybe Tuesday or something. I don't know. We'll have something for you because we're going to preview the NXT pay-per-view also. So we'll have it all wrapped up and ready to go for both shows. So, or we may just record a second preview that's strictly for the NXT show and then do the recap of the Payback or something. So we'll have it all figured out. Right? So be on the lookout. In 2 or 3 weeks, we'll have a bunch of shows for you. We're like 2 weeks or so. But other than that, Keith, you got anything else to jump in there or throw out, or?
No, I think we got everything. Personally, I think it's good. I got nothing.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and tighten this up. It's getting late, and of course, we got to get some editing done, and it got to be ready for you guys to listen to.
Bye,
so, be on the lookout. We got some, like I said, stuff coming down the pike on the website, and peace, love, and hair grease till next. Oh, I'd be remiss not to tell you, check out our sponsor, audible.com, www.audibletrial.com/ringtime pro wrestling. Get your free audiobook download. You have a 30-day free trial, and you can listen to some audiobooks, learn some stuff, check some stuff out. It helps the show out. So do that. And with that, we are out.
Bye. Next week, us.